I don't know. When I'm watching that Warrior game yesterday, I was like, for as wild as this season has been, for as crazy, like I was just writing down and I was going through on my phone. I had all these notes about this year, just in general, all of the craziness. Yeah. You look up and if all right, the beginning of the year, if I would have said to you, Bonte Hill, hey, they're going to be the 6th seed. I think most people, forget all of the nuance, everything. Most people are like, yeah, I'll take that coming off a championship.
6th seed?
I think a lot of people, I'd rather be the 4 or the 3, but I'd take a 6th seed.
I don't know. Beginning of the year, I think Warrior fans are confident that whether they're the 6 seed, 5 seed, 4 seed, 3 seed, 2 seed, 1 seed, they feel like they can run through the Western Conference.
That's what I'm saying.
But the way they attained the 6th seed, the way they did.
But if you go back, happy.
I don't know if Warriors would have accepted the 6th seed at the beginning of the year. I don't really remember. I think I'll speak for myself.
Yeah, what did you
going into the season, coming off that Japan trip, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this team is so stacked. They're going to win about 57 games. I thought they're going to win 55 to 57 games, sleepwalking. Okay. Knowing that Klay Thompson was going to play a lot of back-to-backs, knowing Steph Curry may be hurt at some point in the season and miss about 10 to 15 games, knowing that Draymond Green is playing for some new money, knowing that the youngsters are playing for credibility and respect, I thought, boy, they're going to roll this year. They're winning 55+. That was my mindset. I thought they were stacked. Now, things happened, and they limped to the 6th seed. But with everything that's played out, you get 6 days off.
That's what I'm saying.
You have Gary Payton II back, who fits like a glove.
Yes.
No pun intended. But he is, look, I underestimated his impact on this basketball team. He is legit. He's going to pick up 94 feet. Dante DiVincenzo's back. Looney's having a career year. I'm excited about this matchup. And so I'm happy with where they're at now, considering, they won 11 road games this year.
But that's where I'm going with this, B. Like, I actually think all things considered, we're where we need to be at the right time. Like, that's like, look, we're on the right side of the bracket, right? Where you want to be against an opponent that is a very good opponent. You're not dismissing them. You're not disrespecting them. But let's call it what it is. The travel is much easier for an older team.
It is
the
much easier.
Home crowd, I believe, will be raucous and crazy. But if you were to pick one area where there'll be a lot of Warrior fans,
might be Sacramento.
It might be Sacramento. As much as I respect their fans and I think that they're going to show out, I'm really excited for this. I think this is going to be awesome. Steph missed 26 games. Wiggins missed 45 games.
Yeah.
All right? If I would have told Warrior fans, Klay plays 70, essentially, all right? Draymond plays over 70, but Steph and Wiggins,
well, that's the thing,
combined to miss that many, I'd be like, and I still get the 6th seed? Be like, you know what? I think I'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take it now, but before the year, nobody's thinking 6 seed.
If I told you Wiggins missed that many games?
Yeah, but see, I would have said, no, Wiggins never misses games. Wiggins has played games throughout his career. Think about his career, 82, 81, 82, 82, 73, 54. And then he gets the trade, right? He gets the trade from the Warriors into the pandemic lockout season. Last year he played 73. The year before he played 71. So Wiggins missing 48. Hey, what?
But that's part of what's baked into this year.
But it's baked into this year. But before the season, even if you said, all right, Ponte, Wiggins is going to miss 40 games, I said, you know what's okay. Kuminga's there. Moody's there. And Wiseman's there. That's what I would have said. Said they'll pick up the slack.
Which one of those three youngsters had a decent year this year?
Jonathan Kuminga.
How would you rate Jonathan Kuminga's year this year?
I think it's been excellent considering where he's come from. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You can't control the DMPs.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can't control the mistakes.
You're talking about his output.
I'm talking about his you said his year?
Yeah.
I think Kuminga's year has been excellent for him.
I think it could have been better too, which is crazy. Had he
probably
played
could have been better. Could have been better, but I think it's been excellent.
No, I'm agreeing
his
with
shot discernment, understanding the basketball game, things slowing down, knowing where to be offensively, knowing how to play defense, simplifying his role, and figuring out a way to get on the floor to help this basketball team. What does Steve Kerr tell him? You want to get on the floor? You got to go play defense. Well, what does Kuminga do? He plays defense, and he picks up 94 feet.
Yeah, I would say
offensively,
top 4 defender on this team.
No doubt.
Throughout the entirety of the year.
Offensively, hey, we can't have you jacking up threes.
Yeah.
You need to figure it out. You got to pass up the open shot. He learned how to do that. So, for me, on this team, and knowing what Kuminga was, say, in November to where he is now, I love where Kuminga's at. I think his second year has been excellent. Now, a lot of people may not agree with that. That's fine. He got better and better as the season went along.
I agree with that.
Moody, all of a sudden, over the last week, he's got a little confidence now. All of a sudden, he's playing well. Last night, he dropped 25 points.
I thought that him being like a rotational guy that you could trust.
Yep.
In the final 2.5, 3 weeks,
Yep.
I didn't have that coming. I thought, honestly, I thought he was just out the mix.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm glad that he's starting because
this is a guy we thought
on the perimeter.
Yeah, no
it gives them a little bit of a slasher and at least another guy who can hit a three on the outside.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
This is a guy we thought was ahead of Kuminga going into the offseason.
I know. You're right.
And he got the DNPs. He lost his confidence, but you know what? He's saving his best for last. To the 14 yesterday, 4-7. I love where DiVincenzo's at right now. I love where Dante DiVincenzo's at.
Who would be your, because I've got a couple candidates, who would be your team MVP? Not like your spirit leader, like that's like the McCovey Award, kind of like, who would be your team MVP, as in this team wouldn't have won 44 games without player X? Is it Klay, Jordan Poole? Is it Kevon?
Are we excluding Stephen Curry?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's too easy to point to Steph. I don't know.
I go Klay Thompson.
Do you think he deserved it this year, Steph?
I go Klay Thompson.
I think so too.
I go Klay Thompson. All right, Klay Thompson.
I mean, I didn't have him playing 70. He played 69 games this year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he got rid of the back-to-backs. So he started playing back-to-backs right around the All-Star break, right? And now he joins James Harden and Stephen Curry in the 300 club.
Yeah.
In terms of 300 made threes in a season.
You guys were talking about it in the pregame, and he went out and did it in like 2 minutes.
Festus said he could do it in the first quarter, and he does it in the first 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
It was crazy.
I mean, the guy's insane. And he makes over 300 threes for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
Leads the NBA for the first time in his career. You think about where he's gone. I was like, Waldman brought him up while you guys were doing a crossover.
Okay.
Crossed over. And Waldman was like, man, Klay Thompson, can you believe it? And that's a guy, I think that's why.
No, I can't. Can I stop there? No,
what?
I didn't. I was way wrong on Klay. No,
I don't care about
but
that.
I'm being honest. Like, I'm being real. Like, I thought him coming back, if he played 50 games, like, that was me, like, going into this year. Hey, he's coming off of 2 devastating injuries. If he plays 50 games, maybe he'll be a 17, 16 point a night guy. Like, I don't know. Like, let's just see where it's at. No, for me, he way exceeded my expectations.
Here's my deal with him.
That's I will admit that.
This is what, and we'll get to RJ Fairfield in just a second.
Way better this year than ever.
So my thing with Klay, and I didn't get this, as a fan base, there's a guy you're going to be loyal to. Why not that guy? Why not that guy? 4 championships, 2 devastating injuries that knocked away 2 years of his prime. And that's why I didn't get the impatience with him early in the year, where it's like, oh, you know what, binge, wash this, all the narratives and all the negative things about Klay Thompson. I'm saying, if there's one guy I'm going to be loyal to as a fan, when you think about all the major sports, it's got to be Klay. It's got to be Klay. He's given us everything he's had in that body throughout the duration of his Warriors career. He's been loyal to the soil. He's embraced his community, just like Stephen Curry, taking his boat in the water, embracing the San Francisco Bay Area. Klay Thompson's done all of that, which is why I didn't get early in the year. It's like, why are we so quick to move off of this guy?
Well,
this guy has been a Warrior through and through. And, when Laker fans do that, Laker fans ride with their guys, right? Boston fans just roll with their guys. Yankee fans, all these, and that's why it was disturbing to me. It was like, out of all the guys to be dismissive of, why Klay Thompson?
No, I just think that when you look at how the team was built, if you're a discerning, eyeball, you sit here and you figure like, all right, well, look, you can't keep everybody if you want to win them all. And you got Steph Curry right now, and so you're frustrated that they're not farther along. It's in a different way. It's the same conversation people had regarding the youngsters. They're not good enough to help this guy, Steph Curry, right now. And so you see the sand coming out of the hourglass, and you start becoming irrational. At least that's what I was.
Well, there's a lot of people like you who thought about that and was thinking, hey, man, 5-0, why are you so negative right now? Nobody's negative. We're fired up here talking Warriors basketball.
No,
we're just speaking on Klay Thompson because he's had a banner year.
No,
is that one of the best seasons of his career?
He's comeback player of the year. I think, in my estimation, if you were looking across sports, name me another person who has a better resume for comeback player of the year. If we were doing like an ESPY award,
right?
Who would even be in the mix?
I don't know. No,
I'm
I don't know. I don't know.
He played 69 games, averaged over 21 points a game, broke his own record in terms of three-point attempts and makes. His percentage was unbelievable this year. He carried the team, I would say, for a month and a half at minimum. Right. At minimum, carried the team offensively. He was the veteran presence on a team that was lacking their mega superstar in Steph Curry and their number 2 best player in the playoffs last year. Like, I don't know, man. I think he is the comeback player of the year in sports. Maybe I'm omitting someone. I would love to hear if there's another person. Pick a sport: baseball, basketball, the NFL.
I mean, this guy shot 41% from three. He shot 43.5% from the field, which is crazy, right? It's one of his lowest percentages from the field. But you think about his offense: January, best offensive month of his career; February, third best offensive month of his career.
Crazy.
Klay Thompson, the rebounding, you mentioned that.
Yes.
He got better and better on the glass as the season progressed. He started making plays. And one of the big turning points for his season was the team meeting where the team basically said to Klay, you got to pass the ball a little bit because he was shot hunting. He was trying to get it all back from not practicing in the offseason. And I get why he didn't practice in the offseason. Again, he suffered the Achilles injury. He's coming off a championship. He said, you know what? I'm going to chill. I'm going to enjoy this championship. I'm going to rest my body after coming back and helping his team win their fourth championship in 8 years. And he comes back and he's shot hunting. They had the team meeting. And his shot discernment got better and better and better as the season went along. Now, he still gets into trouble with chucking or whatnot, but he got better saying, you know what? Let me trust my guys. Let me trust the ball getting back to me once I get rid of the ball. So Klay Thompson would probably be my MVP, but Looney's not far behind. Kevon Looney.
Really? Over Jordan Poole?
I would. Jordan Poole deserves consideration.
Okay.
But Looney,
I agree with Looney. He's in the mix.
Looney, the rebounding, became one of the best rebounders in the league.
Yeah. I was going to say temperament is probably his number one. Like, I truly believe this team doesn't stay together and win 44 without Kevon Looney.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Played all 82 for the second straight season. All 82. Big with some big boys.
Yes, he did.
I mean, this guy, and he's going to be get Sacramento with Sabonis.
I think this is going to be a great matchup.
All right. He's very important.
I know.
If the Warriors happen to get by Sacramento in that second round matchup, you may have Anthony Davis and LeBron. You may have Jared Jackson Jr.
My eye is so on that matchup. If
the Lakers get past the T-Wolves, which I fully
assume
anticipate.
they will, and maybe I'm stupid for assuming that. Bonte, I'm looking at that Grizzlies-Lakers matchup, and I'm like, I know the Warriors got to handle their business. I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Right.
But dear God, it doesn't matter who we play. I feel like, I would love, if we can win, I would love to face either one of those teams.
It would be fascinating.
We were talking about it yesterday. The fact that the Warriors haven't had like a signature series against the Lakers is kind of wild.
During this whole run.
They've had a decade run, and the Lakers have been nowhere to be found.
Grizzlies, Lakers could be.
And then if it's the Grizzlies, like, come on, like instant.
Well, Shannon Sharp, courtside, Crypto.com arena.
Shannon Sharp. That's a good. I didn't even think of that.
Dylan Brooks looking. Those guys are funny. Let's go to RJ Fairfield. RJ, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Oh, baby.
What's up, RJ?
Guys, we've been talking about this since January. Good morning. Sorry.
Good morning.
Hey, guys, we've been talking about this since January. I think I wanted the Warriors in the first round, and we got them. This is, the Valley versus the Bay Area, man. So it's exciting time. But I am a little nervous, though. I ain't gonna lie. Just because it's our first time in over a decade, and we're going up against the defending champs. I'm trying to be realistic, but optimistic as well. So it's going to be a great matchup, guys. Just best believe, you're going to be hearing my voice for the next couple games,
No doubt, RJ.
Glad to hear you guys, man.
No doubt, RJ. Thanks for the phone call. Look, man, we're going to break this matchup down. We're going to peel it like an onion, layer by layer. There's so many fascinating individual matchups. And look, Sacramento, they're sleeping. A lot of people are underrating them. Like, they concern me. Because everybody's just made them the mark. ESPN, Fox, we've done it. We want to go point at and they're thinking, we've been the number 3 seed. We have the best road record in the Western Conference. We've played all our guys. We've been consistent. We've got a guy who's the most clutch player in the NBA, De'Aaron Fox, who could break your defense down, which collapses everything and leaves Keegan Murray and Kevin Horter and Harrison Barnes and all those three-point shooters wide open in that place. Go to One Center on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. It's going to be insane. They've been waiting for this for 17 years. 17 years. And quietly, for Mike Brown to lay down on Friday night saying, we don't care who we play. Bring on the Golden State Warriors. That says something to me. That tells me that they're not afraid of the Golden State Warriors. And out of all the teams, the play against, and you look at the way they play small with Sabonis at 5, They match up really well against the Golden State Warriors.
I agree with that.
So it's going to be a tough series.
I think when we're looking at, I don't want to get too ahead because we've got kind of all week to settle into it, but these playoff games, the series are so different. You understand each team's sets and their tendencies and what they do well, and then you find their weak link and you try to exploit it. When you're playing one-off games, it's just so different, right? And
it is different.
I'm interested to see what the Kings have in store for the Warriors in terms of their defensive tactics. Like, are they going to sag off Draymond?
Absolutely.
But is Draymond going to be able to keep them honest? Can he hit a couple on the outside? Can he be able to be a factor? Like, there's a lot. To your point on Kevon Looney, can he stay out of foul trouble?
Yeah.
Like, outside
huge.
of Looney, do you trust Anthony Lamb in the rotation?
No, he's not playing. He's not playing in the series. JaMychal Green, maybe you dust him off in case of an emergency. We'll see about that. But Draymond and Looney are so important for Domantas Sabonis to make him make plays. To stay out of foul trouble.
Maybe you could
get some bonus into foul trouble. With De'Aaron Fox, I think the Warriors probably feel a lot better about their chances because of GP2, because of Kuminga, because of Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
And, of course, number 22, Andrew Wiggins. So you feel a lot better about De'Aaron Fox.
Where is Wiggins at?
You feel a lot better about him. I think he'll be okay. Wiggins will be okay. All right, we're going to break this down.
Let's break here.